it's Shannon, and today I'm going to be telling you how I almost died in Vegas. Every year the porn industry has this thing called AVNs. It's kind of like the Oscars or their Emmys. It's kind of a big deal. The whole porn industry goes to Vegas and it's just like one huge party, and it's pretty awesome. There was one year that I went. Obviously I was drinking during this time. I had gotten very drunk. I was with some friends, kind of blacked out. And somehow I got lost. I don't know how, but if you guys have ever been to Vegas and you know those hotels, they're very confusing. You don't really know where your room is. There's like all these towers. It's just too big and confusing. When you add into the mix being extremely drunk, good luck finding your hotel room. I don't know why they do that. I had probably embarrassed the shit out of myself being completely wasted. I don't know what happened, but somehow I must have fell and I cracked my head open. That's not how I almost died though. It gets better. And I didn't know it. I don't remember falling. Obviously. I didn't even know that like I had hurt myself. I was just so drunk. I didn't really know what was going on. That is never a good thing, to be lost in Vegas by yourself, dressed super scandalous because, you know, it's a porn convention, and just super drunk. Like something really bad could have probably happened to me. Thankfully, I didn't get like kidnapped or raped or anything, as far as I know. That sounds so bad. Eventually, I end up finding somebody that I knew, and they helped me find my room. I go back to my room. I wasn't feeling so hot, so I went into the bathroom, still super drunk, and I look in the mirror and I have freaking blood running down my face and like all down my neck, and it's all on my dress. And I was looking in the mirror and everything's kind of blurry and I'm like, what the fuck? Did someone bleed on me? Like, who the fuck bled on me? And in my drunken stupor, my mindset at the time, I thought maybe like a porn chick was on her period with putting her pussy on my face or something. I know that sounds like so gross, but that's like what I was thinking. I didn't think that I fell and like cut myself, you know? And there was no cut on my face. That was the only thing I could think of that could have happened. And I was like, fucking nasty, right? So I'm taking a towel and I'm like wiping it all off of me. I end up going to sleep and I wake up the next day and I am so fucking itchy. Like, no, I'm itching so bad all over my body. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I so itchy? I go into the bathroom, look in the mirror again, and there's dried blood all over my face. And I kind of remembered that there was blood on my face last night, but I thought that I cleaned it off. I was just like, dude, this is fucking disgusting. So I'm like cleaning the blood off. I'm like, I'm gonna get in the shower. So I get in the shower. Mind you, I'm like super hungover. I'm not feeling so good. It's still a little drunk from the night before. I turn the water on and I'm putting my head like in the water and I'm like, ow, fuck, something like really hurt on like the top of my head. So I like stopped and I was like, what is that? And then I started having anxiety. I have anxiety as it is, and that was just like freaking me out, and I didn't know what happened. So I get out of the shower and I'm like pulling my hair apart and looking in the bathroom to see like what was on my head that was hurting. And there is a huge fucking gash in my head, like this big, on the top of my head, like in where my hair is. So I never saw it. I thought like that blood came from somewhere else. It wouldn't come from somebody else. It was coming from me. Start looking in the mirror and I'm like noticing that there's like red blotches all over my body. And I was like, what the hell happened last night, right? I'm like, some shit went down that I do not remember. And so I'm like asking my friends who were in the hotel, I'm like, what happened last night? And they're like, I don't know, you like took off and we lost you, we couldn't find you, and then by the end of the night, like we came here and you were like passed out in the bed with like freaking blood all over you. And I was like, oh, well, thanks for waking me up and trying to like make sure I was okay. Like, what great friends I had. And to find out I have this huge gash, and I'm now realizing that my body is itchy and I have fucking hives all over my body. I'm thinking like, did I eat something that like I had allergic reaction to? So on top of like this huge gash in my head, I fell asleep, probably could have died from like a concussion in my sleep or gone into a coma or something. And I have fucking hives all over, and I start freaking out because I'm starting to swell. Like from here to my fingers are starting to get very swollen. And I'm like, what the fuck? I called my mom and I told her what was happening, and I started having a major full-blown panic attack, especially because like after you drink the next day, like I would always get really bad anxiety and panic attacks. This made it even worse because there was actually something wrong with me. Well, two things. I had a huge gash in my fucking head and I had broken out in hives all over my body. I literally thought I was going to die in Vegas. I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I think my throat is closing up. I have allergic reaction. I'm going into anaphylactic shock. I have a huge fucking gash in my head. I think my brain is swelling. I'm like freaking out. Literally thought I was going to die. I'm telling my friends, I'm gonna die, you gotta take me to the hospital, you gotta take me to the, like, Shannon, you're fine, you just have a gash, you probably ate something weird, and so you're having an allergic reaction. But you guys, like, these hives were bad. They were all over. I was like so miserable, hungover. It was like an awful experience. So I'm like, started swelling, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm getting back home. If I'm gonna die, I want to die with my family. This was like what I was thinking in my head. I call the airline, book a flight home. I fly home. I'm like having a fucking meltdown on the plane on the way home because I'm by myself. I'm in a onesie. I probably reek of alcohol. I had like last night's makeup, and then I had taken a shower, so my hair was probably out to here because I wet my hair and I didn't do it. And I probably looked like the biggest hot mess you've ever seen on that plane. They probably maybe even thought I was homeless. I was in a onesie on the way home. I left all of my stuff. I had my car out there. I left my car. I left like my suitcase. I didn't bring anything except for my purse. I come home, my mom picks me up. She's like, you can stay with me and I'll keep an eye on you. So I'm like, okay. Literally thought I was gonna die. I still think, I'm back home in LA and I still think I'm gonna die. I end up falling asleep that night, and my mom's like, you should probably get stitches. I'll take you to the hospital in the morning. So I'm like, okay. I wake up the next morning, and I'm not even lying. From my elbows all the way to my fingers were swollen. I'm not even joking, like this big. I could not move like my fingers because they were so swollen. The hives were now all over my face, my neck, my whole body. It was bad. Something really bad had happened, and I still don't even know today what happened to cause this. So my mom rushes me to the emergency room, and they're like, you're having a really bad allergic reaction, and they were giving me like steroid shots, cortisone shots, making me take Benadryl, like all these different things to try to make it go away. That, I got the shots in the hospital, and they, you know, kept me there for a little bit to keep an eye on me. They put frickin' stitches in my head. Things started to like slow down. I still had hives, but they sent me home. 2 days had gone by. The second day I woke up, I was fucking swollen, just like I was the first time. Went back to the emergency room, gave me more shots. I mean, it was a fucking nightmare. I had hives that had been moving from my face, in my eyes, all over my body from like my head to the toe for a whole 2 weeks, you guys. I didn't leave the house. I was like, it looked awful. I was miserable. That's how I almost died in Vegas. It was fucking awful. It was like the worst experience ever. Just thought I'd share that story with you. If you guys like this story and you guys want to see more storytime videos, thumbs up this video. Let me know if you've had any similar experiences in the comments below. I'm sending you guys all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah!